is an assault on free speech in this country that nobody really sees coming, and nobody is looking into all of the connections. And some of these stories are hidden. They seem harmless. If you want to follow this and more on free press and the other stories that we follow, sign up for my free email newsletter at glennbeck.com. Now, with the details on free press, Seton Motley, Director of Communications for Media Research Center and contributing editor to newsbusters.org, you have been digging into these guys for a while now. Tell me, because they sound really nasty.
Well, they're the media reform wing of the social justice movement.
Okay.
They want to level the electronic playing field, whether it's radio, whether it's internet, and now they're expanding into print, the old school journalism. They're seeing this crisis as an opportunity to broaden into that field as well with the FTC, et cetera, et cetera. The FCC, as a matter of fact, has started a notice of inquiry, which is the first step in a rules-making process called the State of Media Journalism, where they're going to look at the business angles and the business models and see where this is going. Totally outside their purview. That's not what the FCC exists to do. So they're all moving forward in this uniform movement, and as you pointed out, Van Jones, Mark Lloyd, Robert McChesney, they all know each other.
They're all Marxist.
In varying degrees, yes.
Varying degrees.
Mark Chesney certainly has avowed to be a Marxist. Van Jones, as we know, was avowed to be a Marxist. Certainly, you find a lot of similarities in thought between what McChesney and Lloyd have said about Marxist Hugo Chavez. So you would say that, yes, this is the social justice Marxist movement in the realm of media and communications.
They say, McChesney said, when it comes to Chavez, give me call for number 6 and 7. Here's 6. Venezuela is a constitutional republic. Chavez has won landslide victories that would be the envy of almost any elected leader in the world in internationally monitored elections. I find this amazing. And call for number 7. Aggressive, unqualified political dissent is alive and well in the Venezuelan mainstream media in a manner few other democratic nations have ever known, including our own. There's free speech is alive and well in Venezuela?
And I would just say that if he thinks it's more free than what we have here in our media, then he's probably been reading Media Research Center materials about the media. If you want to talk about state-controlled media, we might have that now. But yes, he is totally in the Marxist tank. Chavez can do no wrong. He was attacked unfairly.
So how? Because he said. And it wasn't free press that was the staple of.
Well, what he said was it wasn't free press that was the most important Marxist organization in the world, let alone the United States. He said that about his publication.
Okay, he is playing a role. These people his people are at the FCC, and they are meeting now.
Policy Director Ben Scott, as you mentioned, has met at least 3 times to develop tech policy.
And they have been doing tech policy for the White House or for the candidate Obama.
They started during the presidential race and developed his tech policy portfolio. And now, since then, he's been meeting with the FCC.
Net neutrality is part of their deal.
It's socialism for the Internet. Everybody gets equal amounts of nothing.
Okay. We will continue to follow this story. America, please do your homework and follow these things, because you may be the source of information come one day. Back in a minute.